Yeah. Look out at the horizon. The sun never really sets when you leave a permanent mark. We laying down the golden pavement tonight. Let that smooth bass breathe. The legend continues. Listen.
I paved the golden gravel, watching how the mortals travel, watching all the fake facades and fragile egos just unravel. They chasing after streaming numbers, caught inside a digital slumber. But I've been planting heavy roots, surviving every burning sun.
You see the horizon stretching, an infinite kind of blessing. He trying to mimic the wave, but constantly second guessing. We riding the solar flare, breathing in the golden air, leaving all the heavy drama sitting in the vacant chair. The legacy is set in stone, vibrating the bass baritone, outlasting the temporary, sitting on an endless throne. Yeah, the era fades, but the frequency stays, navigating through the ultraviolet rays. The path is glowing a perpetual light, carrying the rhythm through the heavy night.
Walking down a golden path, outliving the aftermath. A futuristic G-form, doing the immortal math. The sunset is infinite, we never let the shadows fall.
Standing as the architect,
answering the highest call, forever in the groove, watching how the legends move.
She's studying the vintage tapes, noticing how the sound escapes, transcending the calendar years and taking on the modern shapes. I operate the synthesizer, playing like a true survivor, cruising like a space cowboy, driven by a higher driver. You hear the bebop in the drum, knowing where the rhythm from, vibrating the inner soul and making all the senses numb. The gold is in the actual message, opening the hidden passage, carrying the heavy weight without the unnecessary baggage. We built a monument of sound, lifting off the solid ground, keeping all the energy permanently orbit bound.
Yeah, the era fades, but the frequency stays, navigating through the ultraviolet rays. The path is glowing a perpetual light, carrying the rhythm through the heavy night. Walking down a golden path, outliving the aftermath. A futuristic G-form, doing the immortal math. The sunset is infinite, we never let the shadows fall.
Standing as the architect,
answering the highest call, forever in a groove, watching how the legends move.
Yeah. The sun never really sets on a classic. Keep walking that golden path. The music outlasts us all. CSA, Corea Side A, transmitting the timeless frequency. West Coast forever.
Step out on the courts, examining the sports, the way they playing catch up, coming up incredibly short. You see the panoramic, no panic, the vision is purely organic. While they stuck in the traffic, we drawing the future, the blueprint is graphic. You peeing through the glass, assuming it's moving too fast. I'm catching a wave of tomorrow, while everyone lives in the past. The balcony is freezing, the clarity is honestly pleasing. Spotting the trends in the making, and flawlessly quietly seasoned. She wonders how I knew the exact rotation to do. I just adjust the lens on the Cartier, pulling the focus on you. The altitude is high, reflecting in the sky. The city look like diamonds to the naked eye. We elevated past the ceiling, totally clearing the feeling. Before they even deal the cards, I know exactly what they dealing. Yeah. Crystal reflections, anticipated erections. We living up in a penthouse, avoiding the lower infections. Look through the luxury lens, seeing exactly where it begins. They tryna follow the movement, but we already making the trends. Yeah. The quartz is shining bright, cutting right through the night. We operating on frequency, completely out of their sight. Now watch the intersection, a beautiful flawless projection. I'm analyzing the data, bypassing the standard inspection. They stepping incredibly late, assuming the rhythm is fake, but you gotta construct it yourself if you wanna be sitting so great. He tryna mimic the style, missing the mark by a mile. I'm calculating the algorithm, doing it all with a smile. She wearing them polarized shades, watching how everything fades. The momentary hype is dissolving, but genuine luxury stays. We standing on solid silica, checking the global basilica. The foresight is perfectly lethal, a beautifully accurate killer. The altitude is high, reflecting in the sky. The city look like diamonds to the naked eye. We elevated past the ceiling, totally clearing the feeling. Before they even did the cards, I know exactly what they dealing. Crystal reflections, anticipated directions. We living up in a penthouse, avoiding the lower infections. Look through the luxury lens, seeing exactly where it begins. They tryna follow the movement, but we already making the trends. Quartz is shining bright, cutting right through the night. We operating on frequencies completely out of their sight. Crystal clear, crystal clear. Was I? We saw it yesterday. Let the quartz rain. Let the quartz rain.
System booting up.
Warning.
High voltage detected.
I step in the grid, voltage spiking, lightning striking the floor. We break the simulation, pixelation, leaving them wanting more. You see the flash, hyper dash, dodging the neon thread. They try to catch the frequency, but honestly they're already dead. He told me to amp it, revamp it, stamp it with a barcode. I'm overloading the motherboard, entering the God mode. Moving through the club, laser beams cutting the haze. We navigating the labyrinth, trapped in the digital maze. Electric gladiator, commanding the beam. This ain't a fantasy, it's a neon regime. Voltage, flash, hyperkinetic. We tearing the roof off, purely synthetic. He watches from the balcony, calculating the alchemy. You thought you had a battery, but this is my anatomy. Circuit boards are frying, no denying. The wattage is way too high. She caught the reflection, a lethal projection, burning a hole in the sky. We pivot the matrix, escaping the basics, slicing the base with a razor. They running the gauntlet, so toxic, blinded by the light of the laser. I capture the kinetic, magnetic, pulling the crowd to the car. Everyone losing their sanity, begging the DJ for more. Electric gladiator, commanding the beam. This ain't a fantasy, it's a neon regime. Voltage, flash, hyperkinetic. We tearing the roof off, really synthetic. Power levels critical, the physical, dissolving the light. Step into the prism now, no prison now. We on the night. Watch the meters redline, watch the colors align. Ready for the sun. Let the frequencies merge. Electric gladiator, command a beam. This ain't a fantasy, it's a neon regime. Voltage, flash, hyperkinetic. We tearing the roof off, really synthetic. Grid shutting down, system offline. Dumb in the dark, fade to black.
Listen, the surface is quiet, but the underground is awake. Iron and copper, moving the blood of the city. I never sleep. Let the pulse hit. Look, I'm pumping the fluid, the circuitry glowing, the copper is heated, the energy flowing. They resting above me in towering suites. I'm pushing the current right under the streets. You feel the vibration, a structural shift. He rides in the elevator, taking lift. The metal is heavy, the piston is slick. Delivering power, the rhythm is thick.
We function in shadows, the core of the grid, revealing the secrets the architect hid. She looks at the skyline, a beautiful spark, not seeing the Levine deep in the dark. The tempo is vicious, a titanium drum. The gears are kinetic, the cylinders hum, generating the static. Entirely automatic, the life of the city, strictly pragmatic.
Yeah. Every rotation is a heartbeat. Every spark is a breath. They walk on the pavement, but I am the reason they move.
Cylinder strikes, the temperature spikes. I'm beating the network, whatever it likes. You hear the percussion, mechanical boom, repelling the rust in this underground room. He walks on the pavement, ignoring the heat. I'm buried below, I'm projecting the beat. The cogs are rotating, the valves are in sync. A literal engine, no reason to think. We pushing the voltage, a synthetic soul, maintaining the pressure, retaining control. The city is hungry, I service the meal. A massive anatomy woven from steel. She catches a tremor, shaking the glass while I am converting the kinetic mass. I never get tired, the wiring is flawless. The beat is eternal, completely and perfectly lawless.
Just keeping the rhythm. The chrome never rusts. The city breathes because I be.
Listen to the crackle, feel the weight of the iron. See how it catches the fabric, beauty in the friction. I walked into the factory, stepping over the tragedy, noticing how the gravity pulls on the rusted canopy. He left it on the cylinder, a delicate parameter, completely out of character for such a rigid caliber. You see the way it cascades, the elegant and heavy blend, the sharpest of the metal blades with all the tender thread descent. We masking up the blemishes, but honestly the rust is real. It's giving you a narrative of everything the gears conceal. I trace my finger down inside, feeling where the iron flake, the testament to foolish pride, and every single bone it out. The engine hasn't run in years, but still it holds a quiet power, collecting all our hidden tears and blooming like a concrete flower. It's the friction that makes it hard, the jagged edges tearing at the heart. She told me not to wash the stain away, cause that's the only reason we survived the fray, yeah. Drape the silk across the rust, finding diamonds in the dust. We breathing through the heavy steel, embracing everything we feel. It's rough but it's real, the velvet and the broken wheel, yeah. The beauty in the struggle. They told you to replace the parts, to sanitize the broken hearts, ignoring all the visual arts that formulate when logic parts. She wear the scars like ornaments, ignoring all the arguments, embracing the environments that most consider punishments. You gotta let the texture show, the jagged and the undertow, the places where the shadows grow, exactly where the rivers flow. I watch the fabric catching wind, drape across the heavy gears, a beautiful chaotic sin that validates the passing years. We surviving in the grind, weaving elegant experience in real time, ignoring every paradigm and turning rust into a rhyme. The contrast is the only truth, the ancient metal in the youth. It's the friction that makes it hard, the jagged edges tearing at the heart. She told me not to wash the stain away, cause that's the only reason we survived the fray. Drape the silk across the rust, finding diamonds in the dust. We breathing through the heavy steel, embracing everything we feel. It's rough but it's real, the velvet and the broken will. Yeah, the beauty in the struggle, leave it there. The soft against the rough, that's the story. Yeah, don't polish it, let it oxidize. We out. Yeah, the beauty in the struggle.
Yeah. Step back and look at the whole canvas. 50 years of breathing, locked in the concrete. Let the walking bass set the pace, I'm reading the mortar. The ink doesn't lie. Listen close.
Yeah, yeah. Walk down the avenue, tracing the perimeter, reading the paint like a local parameter. 50 whole years, sealed in the aerosol, watching the rises and observing the terrible fall of the pioneers, caught in the crossfire, reaching for God, but the devil was boss high. He holding the picket sign, painted in 74, fighting the system and kicking the heavy door. They tried to erase it, burying the chronicle, washing it gray, but the spirit is comical, laughing right through the facade of the plaster. We reading the ink to avoid a disaster. You look at the roots, they bleeding the heavy truth, guiding the elders, protecting the heavy youth. The historian stepping, dissecting the visual, turning the street to a spiritual ritual.
Yeah, the colors are fading, but the message is loud. A silent museum for the everyday crowd. You gotta remember where the foundation starts, the history written right over our hearts.
Reading the wall, tracing the history line, ink in the brickwork, aging like vintage wine. They tell you a story, but we got the actual roots, preserving the narrative, lacing our heavy boots. Stand in the shadow and soak up the heavy truth. Yeah. Shift to the right side, looking at the modern day, same old struggle, just painted a different way. She holding a tablet, standing where the riots were, hearing the echoes of the heavy and quiet stir. You gotta remember the blood in the masonry, fighting the timeline with militant bravery. We study the layers to decode the trajectory, acting as guides in a living directory. I see the reflection of us in the spray paint, sinners and hustlers mixed with the gray saint. But look at the bottom, surviving the demolition, writing the new in profound conversation. The walking bass heavy, it matches the heartbeat, connecting the generations. Born on the dark street, I'm rhyming the timeline, speaking it in the breath, keeping the memory safe from the grip of death.
Yeah, the colors are fading, but the message is loud. A silent museum for the everyday crowd. You gotta remember where the foundation starts, the history written right over our hearts.
Reading the wall, tracing the history line, ink in the brickwork, aging like vintage wine. They tell you a story, but we got the actual roots, preserving the narrative, lacing our heavy boots. Stand in the shadow and soak up the heavy truth. The ink might chip, but the roots stay deep. Keep reading the walls, don't let the stories fade. CSA, Corea Side A, preserving the archives, West Coast, class dismissed. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Breathe in the dusk, The sky is turning violet. We fade in the edges. Watch the smoke. I strike the match, watching the ash detach, catching the breeze as it weaves through the lavender patch. He sits by the fence, breaking the tension, making a quiet ascension, escaping the heavy dimension. You notice the scent, the earthly perfume, consuming the gloom, sweeping the shadows right out of the room. It's a physical peace, seeking release, letting the logical frequency cease. The sun takes a bow, dropping below the horizon. We highly realize and the calm is arriving. Just look at the swirls, the purple and curls, muting the chaos of cyclical worlds. I settle my mind, leaving the static behind, finding the soul in the deeply entwined. Welcome to the haze, where the violet is filling, erasing the maze, while the atmosphere filling. We finding the calm in the center of blur, where the edges dissolve and the spirits concur. Yeah. Just let it swirl. Back to the breath, stepping away from the edge, keeping a pledge that I made on a spiritual ledge. She walks through the field, touching the petals, watching the way that the universe settles. We dropping the weight, clearing the slate, learning to totally calibrate. You feel the frequency, soft as a feather, tethered to nothing but beautiful weather. Smoke rising up, twisting and curling amidst the reality, quietly swirling. I sip on the silence, warding the sirens, building a shield from the everyday violence. It's deeply profound, rooted right into the ground, getting completely lost in the sound. The road is a guide, shifting the tide, nothing to prove and nowhere to hide. Welcome to the haze, where the violet is spilling, erasing the maze, while the atmosphere filling. We finding the calm in the center of blur, where the edges dissolve and the spirits concur. Yeah. Just let it swirl. Let the purple consume it. Just watch the smoke dance. You see the calm? Yeah. Stay in the blur. Breathe out. We fading.
Yeah. Adjust the focus on the lens. We looking way past the breakwater today. Let that smooth guitar ride the current. Clear the mind. Listen, listen, listen. I set the tripod heavy, right up on the coastal ridge, trying to build a mental bridge past the local privilege. They sitting on the shoreline, looking at the shallow foam. But through the optic cylinder, I see a deeper home. Me thinking that the water just a random set of waves, ignoring how the undercurrent functions and behaves. I dial in the aperture, the magnification high, catching where the ocean water finally meets the sky. You see the tidal rhythm pulling from the lunar phase, cutting through the heavy haze, stepping from the maze. The blue is expanding, a massive kind of entity, revealing the connection of our shared identity. Yeah, look through the scope, the vision is infinite, catching the blue and reading the print in it. The horizon is clear, washing the pain away, seeing the pattern and finding a brighter day. We riding away, far beyond the physical, far beyond the physical, yeah, far beyond the physical, yeah, yeah. You gotta look beyond the temporary circumstance, stepping from the ignorant and momentary trance. She's studying the frequency, recorded in the deep, awakening the promises that society put to sleep. We thought the world was limited by what the eye could scan, but magnification changes that trajectory of man. I'm looking at the swell rolling from a distant shore, knocking on the heavy door, asking what we settling for. The geometry of water shifting in the afternoon, perfectly aligning with the gravity and moon. It's a macroscopic lesson for the microscopic mind, leaving all the turbulence and heavy stress behind. Yeah, yeah, look through the scope, the vision is infinite, catching the blue and reading the print in it. The horizon is clear, washing the pain away, seeing the pattern and finding a brighter day. We riding away, far beyond the physical, far beyond the physical, yeah, far beyond the physical, yeah. Hold up, let the frequency breathe. Sometimes you gotta pull back to see the entire grid. The water's perfectly clear, nothing is truly hid. Just adjust the dial, bring the infinite into view. Let the heavy vibrations, yeah, wash right over you, yeah, yeah. Let the heavy vibrations, yeah,
wash right over you. Yeah, look through the scope, the vision is infinite. Catching the blue and reading the print in it. The horizon is clear, washing the pain away. Seeing the pattern and finding the brighter day. We riding the wave, far beyond the physical. Far beyond the physical. Far beyond the physical. Yeah, yeah. Keep your vision clear. The pattern's always there if you look close enough. West Coast, stay infinite.
Yeah. Reach up. Stop. Look at the altitude. We standing on the absolute peak. Let the horns blow. Let's go. I step on the summit, the oxygen plummet. They looking up, praying I fall. Hey. You see how we spun it 100 to 1. It was destined that I take it all. Hey. He checking the data, the numbers are alpha. We conquered the physical space. Hey. She feeling the tremor, a constant dilemma for anyone running the race. Hey. We playing the side, commanding the highway. The atmosphere getting so thin. Hey. I reach for the planetary, nothing is secondary. Strictly positioned to win. Hey. The brass is erupting, entirely disrupting the quiet they had in the dark. Hey. You wanted the zenith, but didn't foresee this. I'm leaving a permanent mark. Hey. Hey. Yeah, we touching the stars now, claiming the absolute crown. Hey. Look at the shine and the altitude, nobody bringing us down. Hey. Victory violently echoing, hey. All of the elements settling, hey. Standing right over the globe, wearing the champion's robe. The constellation is close enough, calling the bluff of the critics who said it was fake. Hey. I shattered the ceiling, the industry reeling, observing the records I break. Hey. He wanted the formula totally foreign to those who just copy the trend. Hey. You staring in silence, submitting the giants and watching the narrative bend. Hey. She tracking the orbit, we fully absorb it, the shine is impossibly bright. Hey. A massive collision, a perfect precision, we owning the whole of the night. Hey. The world is revolving, the hate is dissolving, I stand on the edge of the sphere. Hey. No gravity holding me, nobody molding me, everything crystalline clear. Hey. We touching the stars. Look up at the canopy. The pressure is dropping. We got 80,000 people holding their breath. Wait for the flash. Let it crash. I stepped at the center of the stadium shaking. Look at him staring, the concrete is breaking. He wanted to show, but the sky is collapsing. The power is surging, the synapses snapping. You feel the humidity rain on the skin. We letting the ultimate chaos begin. They running for cover, but she standing still. Observing the monster, absorbing the thrill. The strings are vibrating, the sin is a buzzsaw. Ripping the atmosphere, laying a roller. I'm channeling voltage, an absolute fraction. A global event, it's a chain reaction. Nobody is safe when the elements clash. We turning the bleachers completely to ash. The heavens are splitting apart. Neon lightning that strikes at the heart. Look at the stadium bathing in light. We are the storm that is taking the night. Pour down the rain, drown out the pain. Nothing but power left inside the vein. Yeah, we ignite it. You cannot fight it. Was a warning, the thunder next. He dropping his camera completely perplexed. We flooded the pitch and they swimming in static. She loving the panic, it's so cinematic. Conduct the frequency, watch how it peaks. A million of voices but nobody speaks. You blinded by neon, you deaf in the boom. We brought the apocalypse right to the room. The violence screaming, the bass is a hammer. Destroying the structure, rewriting the grammar. They thought it was fiction, a digital rendering. Now they are witnessing, fully surrendering. Force of the nature, loud and erratic. Leaving the globe in a state of the static. Crash! The heavens are splitting apart. Neon lightning that strikes at the heart. Look at the stadium bathing in light. We are the storm that is taking the night. Pour down the rain, drown out the pain. Nothing but power left inside the vein. Yeah, we ignite it. You cannot fight it. like it's over, but the rain keeps falling. You survived the flash. Look at the smoke. Total blackout!
Watch it pour, liquid chrome on the floor. Yeah, shape shifting to the base. Hey, we just let it ripple. Yeah, I dip a finger in the mercury, observing the trajectory, perfectly reflecting every ounce of the complexity. She asked me how I bend the room, escaping the impending doom, blooming like a lotus in a silver-plated tomb. You see the motion in the puddle, breaking up the huddle, solving every puzzle when the frequencies are subtle. He stands there frozen, watching how the rhythm was chosen, navigating oceans where the liquid metals flowing. It's a physical reaction, gaining attraction, mirroring the melody with total satisfaction. The rim shot echoes, letting go of everything the flesh knows, diving in the deep end where the heavy silver crest grows. Where the heavy silver crest grows. We pouring out the alchemy of beautiful anatomy, shifting the reality to match the new capacity. You feel a current pulling down, swimming in a platinum crown, wearing a reflection of a quiet little town. They tried to box the fluid in, classifying where I've been, slipping through their fingers like it's absolutely thin. I molded to the high notes, sailing on these silver boats, writing down the quotes before the heavy feeling floats. It's constant evolution, a chemical solution, washing out the system and reversing the pollution. Watch the ripple propagate, leaving it to elevate, trusting that the water in the metal syncopate. I'm formless in the deep, making promises I keep, letting every secret in the silver safely sleep. Yeah, just let it settle. See your face in the reflection. We adapt, let the frequency shape you. Silver oceans, I'm out.
Made it to the summit, Santa Monica Mountains. Right at high noon, the sun is at the zenith, no shadows left to hide in. Let that trumpet breathe, just observe for a minute. Listen. Standing on the pinnacle, viewing the metropolis, everybody cynical, trapped inside the populace. I watch the zenith fit, high noon approaching us, burning off the counterfeit, reality coaching us. You see the ocean gleam, reflecting the altitude. He chasing down a dream, shifting his whole attitude. We measure out the time, watching the shadow shrink, standing at the highest climb, pausing just to really think. She down there in the grid, caught in the heavy race, trying to find what they hid, moving at a frantic pace, but up here on the ridge, taking a wider view, building up a mental bridge, separating false from true. The sun is beating down, melting the plastic throne, observing the entire town, sitting in the quiet zone. The sun hit the zenith, right at the meridian, watching the cycle spin, shedding the obsidian.
Time is just a pendulum, swinging through the atmosphere, looking from the mountain peak, everything is crystal clear, yeah. Soak up the highest light. Time is just a pendulum, swinging through the atmosphere, looking from the mountain peak, everything is crystal clear, yeah. Soak up the highest light.
Yeah. They tell you reach the peak,
aiming for the uppermost, fighting for the things you seek, bragging about the sudden boast. But when you hit the top, nowhere left to elevate. Realize the ticking clock doesn't care about the weight. I'm looking at the coast, breathing the midday air, trying to figure what matters most. Sitting in the solar glare, you gotta understand, the valley is where you grow, the summit is a lonely land, nothing left to overthrow. He thought the cash would bring a permanent kind of bliss, ignoring what the seasons sing, aiming for a hollow kiss. So take a deep breath, feeling the heavy weight, conquering the fear of death, living for the actual day. The cycle never stops, it circles the avenue, falling as the temperature drops, waiting for the sky to renew. The sun hit the zenith, right at the meridian, watching the cycle spin, shedding the obsidian.
Time is just a pendulum swinging through the atmosphere, looking from the mountain peak. Everything is crystal clear, yeah. Soak up the highest light. Time is just a pendulum swinging through the atmosphere, looking from the mountain peak. Everything is crystal clear, yeah. Soak up the highest light.
Yeah. The sun always starts to set after the peak. The descent is just as important as the climb. Take that thought back down to the city. CSA, Corea Side broadcast, holding the frequency. West Coast, we out.
Look, I'm pacing through the hollow levels, wrestling with the concrete devils, kicking up the dusty gravels, watching how the echo travels. Down on level 3, it's just a memory of me. You locked the door and dropped the key, ignoring what you guaranteed. You told me that the pack was hunting, doing all the heavy fronting, but I'm the one in city mansions, operating fifth dimension. She shuddered at the deep vibrations, feeling the reverberation, isolated navigation, building up the reputation. They looking for a crowded room, I'm comfortable inside the tomb, sweeping out the sudden doom, breathing in the exhaust fume, flipping to the side of the tape, watching all the shadows drape, engineering an escape, studying the massive shape of silence.
The hollow concrete catches the call, a massive shadow painted on the wall. We moving deep where the frequencies drop, the lone wolf walking and he never gonna stop. You hear the name bouncing off the grave, a distant echo washing them away. The heavy kick is pounding in the chest, surviving in the dark without a rest.
Yeah, the pillars stand like ancient trees, a subterranean freezing breeze, bringing ponies to their knees, ignoring all the sudden pleas. You stepping in the parking structure, feeling a bizarre rupture, navigating infrastructure, captured in the final picture. He wanted to dispute the title, claiming that his crew was vital, reading from a fake recital, missing the exact arrival. I step with a heavy boot, tearing up the shallow route, executing the pursuit, taking all the hidden loot. The frequency is bouncing back, a solitary vicious track, ready for the next attack, slipping through the narrow crack. They whisper how the legend grew, disappearing from the view, doing what I had to do, walking in the shadows too. The echo is a heavy friend, staying with me to the end, a message I will always send, a boundary they can't defend. Just an echo now, 4 a.m. in the underground. They hear the call, they always hear the call. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this ocean of people. The power ain't in the gold microphone. It's Listen to truth vibrating through it. Let the organ set the weight. Feel the drums. Listen up.
I grip the golden cylinder, looking at the massive sea, stepping like a minister, setting all the people free. The organ hits a heavy chord, shaking up the pavement cracks, cutting like a metal sword, laying down the actual facts. He's standing in the front row, carrying a heavy cross, waiting for the wind to blow, navigating through the loss. I tell him keep his head up, looking at the gold reflection, tired of being fed up, moving in a new direction. You see the power rising up, vibrating the microphone, filling up the empty cup, building up the stepping stone. We broadcast to the avenue, a sophisticated truth, doing what we have to do, elevating up the youth.
Yeah, the voices ringing through the city square. The truth is heavy on the midnight air. Oh, we moving crowds with the golden sound, pulling all the wisdom from the organ. Yeah, the voices ringing through the city square. The truth is heavy on the midnight air. Oh, we moving crowds with the golden sound, pulling all the wisdom from the organ.
The drums are hitting like a pulse, keeping the momentum tight, stripping out the anything false, stepping in the heavy light. She looking at the podium, soaking up the energy, shaking off the odium, finding out her pedigree. I project a syllable, bouncing off the high state, making it invincible, crushing down the heavy gate. We gathered in the thoroughfare, breathing in the unison, stripping every sorrow bare, shining like the summer sun. And try to mute the megaphone, silence what the leaders say, but we possess the heavy tone, lighting up the darkest day. The congregation holding strong, waiting for the final word, singing out a freedom song, making sure the truth is heard.
Yeah, the voices ringing through the city square. The truth is heavy on the midnight air. Oh, we moving crowds with the golden sound, pulling all the wisdom from the underground. Yeah, the voices ringing through the city square. The truth is heavy on the midnight air. Oh, we moving crowds with the golden sound, pulling all the wisdom from the underground. Yeah,
let the organ ring out through the blocks. Power belongs to the crowd. The microphone is just a conduit. Stand tall. We out. Yeah.
Lights out. It's the blue glow, the grit on my face, tracing the line, calculating the weight of the crown. Everything has a price in this city, let the pieces move. Look, glowing grit on the table, keeping the narrative stable, berating the truth from the fable. I tap the projection, checking the total reflection, adjusting the fatal direction. The room is a freezer, counting the cost like a Caesar, holding the breath of a weasel. He thinks he can flank us, moving his pawns to outrank us, empty the voting and bankers. But I see the structure, plotting a beautiful rupture, avoiding the standard deduction. The blue illumination, guiding the whole operation, silent and cold calculation. The distance is vital, protecting the weight of the title, erasing the final recital. The heavy bass is dragging, the enemy line is lagging, the holographic city is spinning around. I'm paying a toll for the power, watching the final hour, not making a single emotional sound. Cold blue light on the fingertips, silent command on the lips. We calculate the distance from the top, the melodic piano never stops. It's lonely at the center of the board, holding the invisible sword. The strategy is freezing up the vein, beautiful and calculated pain. Yeah. They operating blindly, hoping the shadows are kindly, leaving the logic behind me. We look at the sector, tracing the path of the vector, avoiding the heavy inspector. She lost in the matrix, falling for cheap little bases, trapped in the digital spaces. The distance is growing, watching the capital flowing. The seeds of the ruin are sowing. I pinch on the static, the movement is purely pragmatic. The system is cold autocratic. We never surrender, breaking the final defender, turning the pain to the cinder. It's neon noir living. The architecture's unforgiving, collecting what they are all given. The heavy bass is dragging, the enemy line is lagging, the holographic city spinning around. Cold blue light on the fingertips, the silent command on the lips. We calculate the distance from the top, the melodic piano never stops. It's only at the center of the board, invisible sword. The strategy is freezing up the vein. A beautiful and calculated pain. Checkmate. Power down the projection. Blue light fades to black. Yeah, I was a step ahead.
Go. Look at that moon, pulling us in. We submerge. Yeah. I slip into the sapphire, letting the gravity pacify. Gazing at the canopy, watching the galaxy stratify. You told me the water was freezing, but honestly found it appealing. The remedy dealing with all of the ceiling we hid in reality. He said I was drifting away, losing my grip on the day. Look at the lunar display, hanging so low that it's kissing the bay. We floating, exploring the depths of the ocean, submersing the mental commotion, moving in slow motion, sipping this midnight potion. The surface is breaking, the subconscious waking, observing the constellations, making a map in the dark. Spark it and leave a remark. Paddling out of the park, diving so deep that we glowing like jellyfish leaving a mark. Wondering where did we go? Caught a Neanderthal, riding the rhythm and letting it flow. Down with the mystical lotus it grows. She asked if I'm scared of the deep, losing my secrets to sleep. I told her the promises keep, sweeping the floor and memories weep. We swimming through sapphire blue, finding a different view, shedding the old and accepting the new. Exactly what the universe to do. The stars are reflecting below, mimicking everything glowing above. A parallel dimension built on this quiet and radical love. I paddle through trauma and doubt, figuring out what the silence about. Opening up and then breathing it out, weightless and breathless, leaving the physical shell. Casting a spell in this watery well, diving wherever the frequencies fell. Yeah. Keep floating, don't fight the tide. Get the stars in the water. Just breathe.
Yeah. PCH at twilight. Just me, the road, and the reflections. Let's take a ride.
Sunsets on the PCH, turning ocean water gold. Bought the flashy hollow dream that the television sold. I glance up at the rear view, shifting through the heavy gears, wondering if the man you see is hiding all his silent fears. We chase the bright horizon, mesmerized by the flash, trading our serenity for temporary cash. They say he's got it all now, living in the velvet palace, but sipping from a golden cup on purified chalice. You look into the glass, trying to find a solid grounding, but the silence in the car suddenly resounding. Fame is just a fun house, mirrors twisting up your shape. Looking at the ocean tide, plotting a serene escape.
Mirror, mirror, catching fragments of the light, fading with the ocean, slipping into night. What's the heavy cost when the inner self is lost? Chasing down horizons, but ignoring what we cross. Thoughts are crashing like the waves, washing off the fame. Everybody knows the face, no ego getting weaker, but the spirit's getting stronger. You think it's all a movie, playing on a silver screen, stuck behind a heavy tent where the sorrow goes unseen. He built a whole empire, stacked it to the ceiling, but forgot to lay a base for the emptiness he's feeling. I navigate the curves, rubber burning on the street, questioning the hollow and that tastes like a defeat. The horizon is an edge that we're never gonna reach, just another empty shell washing up upon the beach. So I roll the window down, let the salt erase the pride, staring at the man within with no one left to hide.
Mirror, mirror, catching fragments of the light, fading with the ocean, slipping into night. What's the heavy cost when the inner self is lost, chasing down horizons, but ignoring what we cross. Thoughts are crashing like the waves, washing off the fame. Everybody knows the face, but no one knows the name.
Yeah, just a reflection. Let the tide take it. Sunset fading. Still driving. Still thinking.
Yeah, watch the light bend, step right into the prism. The whole room is painted, just glide with it. I step in the prism, the violet is painting the floor. He watching the spectrum, just waiting to open the door. You feel like glass, the melody coated in silk. We shifting the palette, producing a different out. She catches the crimson, absorbing the heat of the bass. I alter the cadence and adapting right into the space. A liquid chameleon, perfectly matching the hue. You throw me a rhythm, I gracefully tailor it new. The scientist watching the ceiling, the aura is loud. I flow through the tempo, I suddenly scatter the crowd. No rigid resistance, I'm blurring the lines of the track. You stuck in the static, while I'm comfortably fading to black. Shift the color, yeah. Turn that indigo up. Feel the fabric of the beat, yeah. Melt to rhythm, yeah. The yellow is striking, reflecting the gold in the chain. He tryna capture the style, but it's slipping his brain. You see how I pivot, absorbing the energy bright. We bending the wavelengths and turning the heavy to light. She leaning right back, just feeling the velvety slide. I'm surfing the frequency, taking the room on a ride. No friction at all, just seamlessly changing the skin. You focus on borders, but I'm mathematically coded to win. The colors are blending, solving the shapes in the room. I whisper the pocket, and the sub is beginning to boom. It's total fluidity, washing the walls in the green. The smoothest transition that anybody has really seen. Just a chameleon in the light, so let the colors fade out. Do we adapt to everything? We adapt to everything.
I let the anchor drop, past the layers where the daylight stops, reaching the bottom of the oceanic crop. Heavy pressure making all the weaker vessels pop. She told me it was lonely in the deep, secrets that the heavy water keep. Swimming where the carbon shadows sleep, making promises that we could never reap. But why watch the evolution of the spark, igniting in the middle of the dark, glowing like a bioluminescent mark, navigating and completely blind without an arc. You feel the heavy crushing on your chest. It's just a universal stress test, bringing out the phosphor in the west, manifesting all the magic we possess. We generating what is from the core, settling on the Maria Ines floor, opening the previously undiscovered door, radiating frequencies and demanding more. Welcome to the midnight zone, where we cultivate the light alone, illuminating every single heavy stepping stone, vibrating on a neon overtone. Yeah, watch the water catch the gleam, projecting an impossible and radiant beam. We're glowing in the deep, waking every shadow from the sleep, shine through the crushing wave. They said that isolation is a curse, moving in a solitary hearse, navigating through a darker universe, putting every single instinct in reverse. But he just let his natural aura shine, tracing out an ultraviolet line, drinking up the heavy water like it's wine, proving that the crushing depth is just design. You gotta let the internal reactor burn, taking every lesson you can learn, waiting for the solitary tide to finally turn, capturing the reverence you deeply earn. I see the jellyfish illuminate the black, mounting a fluorescent counterattack, carrying the ocean on his back, making up for everything the surface clearly lack. The reef and the pollution keeping up the pace, mapping out the absolute abyss of space, leaving an undeniable and shining trace, claiming this incredible and silent place. Welcome to the midnight zone, where we cultivate the light alone, illuminating every single heavy stepping stone, vibrating on a neon overtone. Yeah, watch the water catch the gleam, projecting an impossible and radiant beam. We're glowing in the deep, waking every shadow from the sleep, shine through the crushing wave. Pressure is an architect, forcing every molecule to reconnect, gaining the abyssal intellect, projecting all the beauty they neglect. Look at all the colors in a lace, dancing in the freezing in the desolate space. We are the lanterns in the void, an energy that cannot be destroyed. Just breathe the ocean. Go to the midnight zone, where we cultivate the light alone, illuminating every single heavy stepping stone, vibrating on a neon overtone. Yeah, watch the water catch the gleam, projecting an impossible and radiant beam. We glowing in the deep, waking every shadow from the sleep, shine through the crushing wave. Keep the reactor burning, let the neon guide you through the trench. We can't dim what they can't reach.
Hush. Just the sound of the rain hitting the concrete. A single streak of light in the heavy dark. You don't see the blade. You just feel the chill. Stay behind me. Look, I step in the puddle. The water is catching the lunar reflection. The metal is making a clear connection. A lethal and silent perfection. He thought he could move in the shadows, but I'm the original loner, a solitary and disciplined loner. The edges are heavy at tuna. You hear other drops at the pavement. I'm gripping the handle with zero emotion, a violent and steady devotion. We slice through the heavy commotion. The silver is catching a glimmer. They tremble and suddenly shiver. A promise I always deliver. The blade is an absolute river of cold. We cutting the tension, ignoring the plea. The geometry, setting them free, keeping the danger away from the key.
Cold steel in the midnight rain, a sudden flash washing away the pain. We carry the weight of the sharpest line. Watch how the silver begins to shine. You never will see how the shadow protects the sliding base, paying the due respects. A singular cut and the story is done, waiting alone for the morning sun.
Yeah, they whisper the rumors of ghosts in the district. The movement is purely ballistic, the logic is highly linguistic. Rewriting the fatal statistics, she heard there's a flash in the alley, a sudden and terrified shimmer, reducing the threat to a glimmer. The hope getting gradually dimmer for them. I pivot and balance the weight on the heel. The friction is testing the surgical steel, ignoring the way that I actually feel, preserving the innocent seal. He reached for the iron but noticed the gleam, a sudden and surgical beam, waking him up from the arrogant dream. Splitting the night at the seam, a flash in the gray, a crescent of white, keeping you safe from the bite of the night.
Cold steel in the midnight rain, a sudden flash washing away the pain. We carry the weight of the sharpest line. Watch how the silver begins to shine. You never will see how the shadow protects the sliding base, paying the due respects. A singular cut and the story is done, waiting alone for the morning sun.
The choir is singing a requiem now. I'm wiping the rain from the edge of the brow. We don't need a medal, we don't take a bow, just sharp intuition, fulfilling the vow. The breath in the cold, the metal so bright, absorbing the malice and leaving the light.
Cold steel in the midnight rain, a sudden flash washing away the pain. We carry the weight of the sharpest line. Watch how the silver begins to shine. You never will see how the shadow protects the sliding base, paying the due respects. A singular cut and the story is done, waiting alone for the morning sun. The rain washes it all away, just a silver reflection left behind. She's the steel, the alley is quiet now.
I watch the edges blur, trading the heavy for the featherweight. Stepping outside a spinning whirly gate. He told me this is how the chapters close, dissolving every petal on the rose, leaving the essence where the quiet grows. You feel the temperature starting to rise, washing the static from the weary eyes. A bright horizon where the ego dies. We pack the memories inside a hum, letting the pure and blinding silence come, beating the final rhythm on the drum. She smiles and steps into the open glare, breathing the ultimate and cleanest air, leaving the baggage that we used to bear. The color drains and leaves a perfect blank, a quiet ocean where the anchor sank.
Yeah, just let it wash over. No more gravity pulling us down. The ink is gone, the paper's turning blindingly bright.
You hear that?
Just a pulse slowing down, every complicated frequency returning to the source.
I'm leaving you to one. Find your peace in the absolute blank space. Step into the white light. No regrets, just total fulfillment. Hey. Breathe in the pure, breathe out the past. Yeah. Let the light take it all.